They're gonna know why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be regret.
There are, what we believe is called, the fancy word is ECT, Eternal Conscious Torment.
Okay.
Now, some people believe that they'll be thrown into hell, they'll burn up and cease to exist.
Those are idiots.
There's
Don't go back on me.
Well, you know, it's like,
no support of that in the Bible.
okay, yeah.
So, I believe that there's not, some people believe that you'll get a second chance in hell. And a lot of these people, I mean, if I was going to write this, the way I would make it up is you go to hell for a while, then after a while you can get a chance to go to heaven. But that's not the truth.
Yeah.
The truth is,
Exactly.
they believe that, yeah.
Well, they can believe, you know, like I tell you, you can believe anything you want.
There are people who don't believe that there's going to be a kingdom age.
Yeah.
They say, oh, this
yeah.
right here, this is all symbolic language, 1,000
Yeah.
years, doesn't really mean 1,000 years, and Jesus is not really going to, this is talking about, we are currently, they say, the amillennialists believe that we are currently in the kingdom age.
Right.
Way back in like the 1900s.
Right.
When they said everything's getting better and better and better, and pretty soon it's going to be so good, God will come down and join us here on the earth. But the problem is, you look around and there is no way in the world that right now, looking around, you can say, you know, I think this is that Satan's been bound for 1,000 years. You look down the hall and see that ain't.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're okay. No, I mean, that's how I feel too. I mean, you know, when I was studying this, listening to different commentaries and stuff, you know, they talk about the amillennialists,
Yeah.
post-millennialists, and I thought, it's a bunch of crap. I'm not even dealing with it. So I just went to the Bible, and that's where I went. But, okay.
Well, I mean, so you have premillennial,
Yeah.
postmillennial, and amillennial.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's talking about when the rapture is going to happen.
Mhm.
Some people don't see the rapture and the second coming as two separate events. It's the same event.
Right.
And then they say, why in the world would God have a secret first coming that no one sees called the rapture? Well, it's not a coming, it's a catching away.
Yeah.
And so they say, no, there's only the second coming, and so there's not going to be a period of time that Jesus is ruling, because to them it makes more sense.
Yeah.
And they try to flatten out all the bumps in prophecy and say basically everything continues, second coming, we're done.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But that's not what the Bible teaches.
That's what the Bible teaches, yeah. That's not what the Bible teaches, I say, you know, you're wrong. And I like what J. Gordon McGee said. I listened to one of his commentary on this, and he said, friend, you can be wrong. He said, that's okay. You don't have to agree with me. It's okay, but I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, and I thought, man, you know, yeah. He said, you know, you can have your opinion, that's fine, but I'm right. Okay, what time is it?
You got time.
How we doing?
You've got 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, all right. Well, where we at?
We're in, verse 6.
Oh, hit it.
And we've done read verse 6.
Or do the next one, whatever it was.
And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. More. And shall go out to the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea.
By the way, the 4 corners there does not mean the earth is flat.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to do number 9 too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And they went, excuse me. And they went upon the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city, and the fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them.
Okay, just make this portion short and sweet. You know, you have all these people again. You know, Satan's released. He's out deceiving people again. And people thinking, you know, let's go down and destroy God. Let's go down and destroy Israel. You know, God just says, that fire from heaven, you know, you're gone. Okay, go ahead and do the last section here.
Okay, one question before we go on.
Okay.
Who's Gog and Magog?
looked that up, I tried to find it, and if you go to Ezekiel, you'll find Gog and Magog. I mean, I wasn't convinced one way or the other on any of it.
Okay, Betty, what's your question?
Andrew, what's,
Breath means to live. 1,000 years man has lived under the direct governance of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He has been the king. There is no elections, there's no change in administration, there's no change in the law because he is the law. What he says goes. And I believe that during this 1,000 years, we Christians will be serving in his government. That, like maybe Bobby will be mayor of Earnshaw or something. And maybe, I don't know, maybe he'll be the dog catcher or something, I don't know. But the point is we Christians will be part of his government in some way or shape or form. And that for 1,000 years, Jesus has been ruling. There will be people doing things wrong because they're still people. But if he's going to show how things should be happening. When someone commits murder, they will die. You know what I mean? And when someone steals, they'll be beaten and forced to repay what they stole. But the unregenerate human heart will start generating bitterness and hatred towards God because they want to sin and they want to be God.
It's just a bad heart man.
Yeah.
And speaking of God and Magog, I think the leaderships of two different nations. In the modern day, it's Russia, and I heard that the other was a Confederate lineman of over in Arabs, over in the Middle East. I don't know who he is, and maybe that's what he's referring to when he goes back to that in the future, when he refers that to the future as the leadership of two nations. Maybe this took this on in the drive of attacking Israel. Now, also within that, you got to understand that Isaiah says that all of this was a war that they destroyed was beaten to plowshares. So you've got no instruments of war. So they got clubs, I guess, and rakes and whatever they're attacking with. But you know, you've got to think that at 1,000 years, it's a reproduction of 1,000 years, and the people that's coming against Jerusalem and God, it becomes like Sodom and Gomorrah, means rain and hellfire upon them and destroys all that's there. But you know, the earth's going to continue for at least 1,000 years, and it's going to continue a lot longer. But not just that, there's nations on the earth that's going to continue.
all right, Rebecca, read it last.
Well, interesting side note,
Okay.
we will be celebrating the feasts and the festivals during that 1,000 years in Jerusalem. Okay, 10, I think.
Go ahead and do 11 to 15, or 10 to 15, whatever, finish it up.
Right.
10. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heavens fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open, and another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered. Excuse me. And death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into